Oh, finally made it to Iowa, and God, it's hot. I probably shouldn't have worn a hoodie in hindsight. Anybody here? Hello? Hello, is anybody here? I desperately need a pitcher, preferably a starting one, and it could be your chance to leave Iowa for good. Hello, anybody?
Go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is Season 9, Episode 5 today. We are hosting the San Diego Padres, and it is beginning, as always seems to happen on this channel, an injury crisis amongst the pitching staff. Both Ryan Gallagher and Sandy Alcantara have gone down since last episode. As for Alcantara, 3 to 4 months in August. That is not just season ending, it is probably the last time we'll see him pitch for the Cubs. And at 35, is he 30? Yeah, 35, with a torn meniscus in his knee. Not necessarily the worst injury for a pitcher, but it could even be career over. Probably not. Someone will probably pick him up. But yeah, that is a little bit of a blow, to be honest. Now, there's obviously two new pitchers that have come in. We had to go and raid Iowa, and the new starting pitcher is Juan Quintana. Now, I'll have a look at him. I think he's going today, and it will be his first ever game in Major League Baseball. He's been going around AAA for a season or two now, and obviously there's a little bit of potential there. He could be a very good player for us. If you have a look at his career to date, we can see here he's done fairly well as a starting pitcher this season. He got up to AAA pretty quickly, which is usually a decent sign that he might make it. So yeah, we'll see what we get out of him, and not huge expectations. I was thinking he would come in and be in our maybe the bullpen later this season, or perhaps the starting rotation next season. But we've kind of had this forced upon us a little bit, so hopefully he'll be able to get the job done for us. And the other player that we've had to call in is Gerenglo, the Dutchman. Now, let's have a look at what we're going to get from him. He's very intelligent, but he cannot be counted on to be loyal. Don't care so much about the loyalty, I just care about the intelligence. He has come in. What we've done is we've put Lonsway into the starting rotation, and this guy is going to come into the bullpen. Now, his career to date is a little bit of a longer one. He is 28. And he has been out with us for a little bit longer, as you can see here. And well, he's already done a little bit of work and not done it too badly. But he's sort of been a AA, AAA player for most of his career. This was his first season with us. If you remember, in the off season we picked him up. And well, let's see what we get out of him. If he does a good job, he can stay. If he doesn't, then obviously he'll head back to Iowa. It's the case with both of them, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see what we do get. Now, in terms of how we've been getting on, we did get hammered, didn't we, by Cincinnati? And the rest of that series, we only split it, so we ended up losing a series against them, which is hugely disappointing. And then, because we're like just some sort of schizophrenic side, we went and beat top of the National League East, Atlanta. We swept them. We then swept second place in the NL East, Mets, as well. So we won 6 out of 6 against the top 2 teams in that conference. And then we hosted Cincinnati, and we went and lost 2 of 3. I mean, your guess is as good as mine on that. I don't understand why we are just struggling so much. And we've always struggled against the Reds, haven't we? But we've played 9 games against them this month, and we've only beaten them 3 times. That is terrible against the worst team in baseball. If we go over the page into August, the Mets got their own back against us when we went to their place because they swept us. We then went to Washington, only managed to win 1 of 3 there. Then a huge series against St. Louis, and we've swept them, which is absolutely huge. Now, game 1 of this series, if there's ever a one-man performance, this was it. You can say we won an extra inning. Now, not only did we get a walk-off grand slam from Brashfield, he also hit a 2-run home run in the 9th to take it to extra innings in the first place. So a massive, massive performance from our designated hitter on this one. It's the perfect game, isn't it? 3 hits, 6 RBIs, and yeah, just literally put us on his back and carried us across the line in the 9th and 10th inning, which is just, you just don't have words, do you? If we have a look at how the pitching went in this one, we can see there, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't great either, and yeah, Hurts maybe had a little bit to answer for. This is where Gallagher got injured, and that always got to put you on the back foot a little bit, I think. But anyway, we got the win, and that is huge. We've then played 2 games of this series against San Diego. We won 1, we've lost 1, and this is sort of the money game in that sense. Now we've won 14 of 23 since I saw you last, which is the win percentage of just over 600 again. And we are slowly but surely crawling up to the top of this division. Milwaukee, for us, unfortunately, are having a very good year themselves. And we are paying the price for that slow start because we are still six and a half games back of them, despite having the best part of 2 months played at over 600. So that is just tells you roughly how bad we were at the start of the season. If we go and have a look at some of the league leaders here, and stolen bases, Khalil Watson is up there. On base plus slug, we've got Ellie De La Cruz even starting to earn his way back up into some of these categories after being, of course, missing a couple of weeks with injury. Christian Scott up there in the top 3 for ERA, and unfortunately for us, dropping out of the top 3 in pitching WAR is Perez. But yeah, top of the wild card standings as well, but we want to try and run down these Brewers, don't we? Let's have a look at the pitching stats. And we can see them there. Now, that starting rotation for now is accurate. That is our 5. Murillo has been in a slump for ages, it seems like. He's doing okay-ish. But, yeah, I do wonder if maybe we need to take away the closing role until he gets out of that slump. But I don't understand how much longer can it possibly last for. And, yeah, you can see that the 2 new men there as well. Quintana has not thrown a pitch in Major League Baseball yet. And the Dutchman has thrown a few. So, yeah, all well going, so not too badly. What am I saying? It's not going too badly there. Then we go to the hitters. Now, there's one change here. We had to drop Giordano back to AAA. He just wasn't getting it done. And coming back in has been Mike Garland. So, Judy's back. And, yeah, he's improving all the time, which is good to see. But one thing you will notice, there is a lot of hot bats in this lineup right now. And that is needed, because we were so bad at the start of the season. So everybody's numbers, as they tend to do, are coming back towards the mean. If you look here at the OPS plus, at the start of the year, we had, I think, 1 or 2 guys above 100, and now there's more than half the lineup that are above 100, and there's a couple more there that are in the high to mid 90s, who no doubt on current form will be up above 100 in no time at all. So yeah, that is all very, very promising. It's trending in the right direction finally. But let's go and have a look at these lineups as we get ready to host the Padres. On your feet, Chicago, as we try and run down the Brewers. At first base, it's Vlad Jr. At second base, it's Cooper Pratt. At third base, it's Ellie De La Cruz. At shortstop, it's Khalil Watson. In left field, it's William McQuaid. In center field, it's Ernesto De Leon. In right field, it's Bobby Patterson. Designated hitter is Mason Gracefield. Behind the plate, it's Moises Ballesteros. And a big Chicago welcome to your starting pitcher, Juan Quintana. Alright, so we can see the lineups here now. We have tinkered and changed a little bit, trying to get the best of everybody that we can. So Khalil Watson leads us off at shortstop. Namala has been dropped for this one. De La Cruz up the order to second. Patterson dropping down 1 to third. That is just trying to get everybody where it works for them. Patterson wasn't doing great batting second. I'm hoping dropping him down will work, and so far so good. Then we've got McQuaid and Vlad in usual positions. Bracefield designated hitting at 6. Cooper Pratt batting second. He's in for batting 7th, at second base. In for Khalil Watson moving over to shortstop. Ballesteros behind the plate. De Leon in center field, and Quintana, his first ever game of Major League Baseball, up against Tanner Bibby for them. A 8-6 record, ERA of 3.69 and a whip of 1.17 for him. And I mean, the matchups are it's as even as we've seen them. That's I think fair to say. So let's see if we can get the better of them. And yeah, we hope Quintana has a good debut. So welcome to Wrigley. It's going to be Frencher on the plate. Batting 272. And let's see, 2 balls so far in the career of Quintana. Let's hope. Let's hope this is a nice little ground ball to the shortstop or something. Here we go. A 2-0 pitch. What have you got for us, Juan? It is a ground ball to De La Cruz over to first. And Quintana retires the first batter he faces in Major League Baseball. Very nicely done. It is Bradfield coming in now, batting 224. A 1-0 pitch. And that is up the middle, and it is a 1-out single. Maybe just setting up the double play. In comes Green now, batting 242. 0-1 pitch and a ground ball. It could be a double play. Vlad goes to first. Runner will go to second. So 2 out. And it is Canario to the plate, batting 205. It's a 1-2 pitch, and a first career strikeout for Quintana will end the inning. Very nicely done by the young man there, and it'll bring up Khalil Watson to lead us off. Now, he has an 8-game on-base streak going, and he's also got 500 career hits since we saw him last. A 3-1 pitch, and he draws a walk. And we saw already he's up there in the league for stolen bases. And he is 14 consecutive stolen bases but he's not going to do much on that one as De La Cruz pops up the first one. De La Cruz actually got his 300th career home run since we saw him last. There goes Watson now, and make that 15 in a row for Khalil. 28th of the season, and Patterson, who himself has a 9-game on-base streak going, and that will not continue right now as he grounds it out to first. Runner goes over to third though, and it is McQuaid. Now McQuaid is now joint 8th all-time at the Cubs in terms of home runs, and obviously a home run today would put him clear into 8th. So that is just magnificent. He's been a wonderful, wonderful servant for us. It is Tatis Jr. to lead them off in the top of the second. He grounds the first ball to De La Cruz, throws it over to Vlad, and that is 1 away. They'll bring up Volmer now, batting 234 this season, a 1-1 pitch. And that is into left field, drops in front of McQuaid for a 1-out single. In now will come Campusano, who is batting 214. It's an 0-1 pitch. It's into left field again. Again, it drops in front of McQuaid. And we will have runners at first and second with 1 away. And it is Romero, who is batting 208 this season. We would love a double play. It might have got it there, you know. There's 1. It is just 1. So runners at the corners, 2 out. This is a very... Khalil Watson has been hurt. He's out of the game. So that should bring Namala in. So we don't lose too much in terms of defensively. But we've lost a very reliable bat in Watson. And a bat that's a little cold. And Namala will come in. Hopefully he will sort of prove us wrong now. He's in a slump as well. And sort of go from strength to strength. Vlad comes in. Now, Vlad has hit his 350th career home run since we saw him last. I should say, too, De La Cruz, 300 home runs before he's 30. That has got to be some sort of a record, doesn't it? As Bracefield comes in. He's on a 7-game on-base streak. That is... that's going to come to a close. I think that the sort of our run of form is shown by, you know, a lot of the team have an on-base streak that they're in the middle of that is getting towards the impressive phase. It is Cooper Pratt now comes in. He grounds it to the shortstop. Cooper Pratt has got his 100th career RBI since we saw him last, but nothing's going to get added onto that tally. And we are scoreless through 2 as Frencher comes back in to face Quintana, and that is a ground ball to Vlad. Out at first, 1 away. In now will come Bradfield, who is 1 for 1. A full count. Ooh, and a walk. It's only just low, isn't it? CJ Green, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2. And a strikeout for Quintana. So 2 down for Canario now, who is 0 for 1. A 1-2. And another strikeout for Juan Quintana. This is very impressive so far for a first outing. And Ballesteros will lead us off now. Batting 231 this season. And he draws a leadoff walk. It'll bring on De Leon now. He's got 100 career doubles, which is a bit of a random stat, but there we go. And he's put that into center field. It will be caught, though. And the runner will stay at first with 1 away. So it brings up Arjun Namala, batting 249 in a slump. And that could be a double play. Thankfully, it is just 1. But it is the lead man at second. So Namala at first with De La Cruz at the plate, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2. De La Cruz strikes out, and that'll do it for the third. Alright, Tatis Jr. will lead them off. 0 for 1 today. It is a 1-1 pitch. And it is popped up. Namala goes back. And 1 away. In now will come Volmer, who is 1 for 1. A full count on him. And a strikeout. Strikeout number 4, I think that is now for Quintana. Campusano, 1 for 1. An 0-1 pitch. 2 out, none on. And that is into left field, and it will drop in front of... McQuaid needs to take about 5 steps in, doesn't he? Keeps dropping in front of him. So 2 out, 1 on for Romero even, who's 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch, and it is into center field. De Leon has it covered and ends at the top of the 4th. So we are still scoreless. And it'll be Patterson to lead us off. 0 for 1 today, a 1-1 pitch. And Patterson sends one straight up. And that'll be caught for 1 away. It brings up McQuaid, who is 0 for 1. An 0-2 pitch. McQuaid, it's a pitcher killer, and it's our first hit of the game. It took until 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, but eventually we got it. And it'll bring up Vlad Jr. now, who is 0 for 1. A 1-0. There goes McQuaid. Not sure about him stealing bases, but he gets there. And, yeah, I mean, he's not the quickest. He is a good stealer. And that is Vlad being struck out, not swinging. For Bracefield now, who is 0 for 1. Come on, Mace. An 0-2 pitch. Oh, Bracefield gets a good piece of it. It's going to drop into right center field. And Mason Bracefield will extend the on-base streak to 8 games. It's an RBI double. We take the lead. And it'll bring up Cooper Pratt now with a chance to add to his 100 career RBIs. First pitch, and Cooper Pratt pops it up. And that'll do it for the 4th. But we have a lead. And Quintana is on for a win in his first start in Major League Baseball. It is Cruz who is 0 for 1 to lead them off. It's a 1-1 pitch. It is popped up. Namala goes back into foul territory. He's covered a lot of ground there, and it is 1 away. Up comes Frencher, who is 0 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. Quintana strikes him out again. 2 down. And it is Bradfield, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. It is an 0-1 pitch. It is into left field. McQuaid will again field it on the bounce. And it is a 2-out double for the Padres. And it'll bring up, who's got for him next? CJ Green, who is 0 for 2. A 3-1. Oh, and he draws a walk. So 2 on, 2 out for Canario, who is 0 for 2. A 2-2 pitch, and Quintana strikes him out. And that is it for the top of the 5th. All right, Ballesteros will lead us off. Walked first time around, a 1-2 pitch. This time he grounds it to the second baseman, 1 away. In will come De Leon, who is 0 for 1 and in a hopeless slump. I really don't want him and Namala back-to-back in the lineup, if I'm completely honest. But anyway, he grounds it out to the second baseman. That is 2 away. In comes Namala, 0 for 1, an 0-2 pitch. And, oh, Namala gets one through the right side of the infield. So a 2-out single for him. Very, very nicely done for Dela Cruz now, who's 0 for 2. A 1-1. Dela Cruz into right field. That drops in. His on-base streak will go to 10. And we will have runners at the corners. 100 hits for the season as well for Dela Cruz there. And Patterson comes to the plate, 0 for 2. Come on, Bobby. It's a 2-1 pitch. Patterson into right center field. It scores 1. So an RBI double for Patterson. His on-base streak goes to 10. 2 on, 2 out for McQuaid, who's 1 for 2. It's another 2-1 pitch. McQuaid up the middle. McQuaid with a hit. Is Dela Cruz going to come home? He is. So it is a McQuaid RBI single. Makes it 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And it'll be Vlad coming in now, 0 for 2. An 0-2 pitch, and Vlad strikes out to end the inning. But there we go. It is 3-0 going into the 6th, and that'll do it for Quintana. What an outing that is for his first performance in Major League Baseball. Very impressive. Now, Pinto. He will face, who was it? Tatis Jr., wasn't it? He's 0 for 2. It's a 0-1 pitch, and it's a ground ball. Namala has it over to first, 1 away. All right, in comes Volmer now, who is 1 for 2. It's a full count. And it is a ground ball again to Namala, and again out at first. In now will come Campusano, who is 2 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch, and it's a strikeout to end the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning. Bracefield, who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. Bracefield up the middle. Is that going to drop in? It looks like it is. And Mason has his second hit of the game. He's really starting to grow into being a Major League Baseballer as well. So that'll do it for their starting pitcher. Randy Rodriguez will come in to face Cooper Pratt. Randy has an ERA of 2.77 so far this season. It's a 1-1 pitch. And that could be a double play. It is not Coop's best work there. And it'll bring up Ballesteros with none on, 2 out. A 1-0 pitch. Ballesteros! No! Just for a second off the bat, I thought it was good. But that'll end the 6th. It's a scoreless 6th. We'll go to the 7th, 3-0 up. Pinto to face Ramiro, who is 0 for 2. First pitch. Ground ball. Namala has it over to first. 1 away. In comes Cruz now, who is 0 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And that is into right field. Bobby Patterson is there. 2 away. And it'll bring up Frencher, who is 0 for 3. It's a 2-2 pitch. Can Pinto finish the innings and let us stretch? He can, as Vlad will field it himself and end the top of the 7th. Let's go stretch. It's 3-0 to the Cubs. Alright, welcome back. De Leon to lead us off. 0 for 2 today. A first pitch swing. De Leon. Oh, I thought it was going to get through for a second then, but his slump continues. That is 1 away. Up comes Namala, who is 1 for 2. First pitch swing. Namala, oh, again, I thought it was going to get through for a second, but his slump continues. Is he still in a slump? Yep. And it'll be De La Cruz now. 1 for 3 with 2 out, none on. Full count. And De La Cruz into left center field. It should be at least a double. And De La Cruz will be in scoring position for Bobby Patterson. Patterson 1 for 3 today. Another full count. Patterson into left field. That is going to be caught though. And that'll end the 7th. So it is 3-0 going into the 8th. Pinto continues to Bradfield, who is 2 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And it is into deep right field. Patterson goes back though. Makes the catch. And that is 1 away. CJ Green, who is 0 for 2. A full count. Come on, Pinto. Oh, he issues the walk. And that'll do it for Pinto. Levi Kelly will come in. He has an ERA of 2.80 this season. He's going to face Canario, who is 0 for 3. It's a 3-1. And just like that, tying run at the plate. And Tatis Jr. is that man. He is 0 for 3. It's a 1-1 pitch. And it is into deep center field. Oh, the Leon goes back. Makes a leaping catch. Oh, that is Gold Glove worthy, isn't it? He is very, very good out there. And it is 2 down now for Volmer, who is 1 for 3. It's a 2-2 pitch. And it is back to the pitcher, who can not make the play. So it loads the bases. 2 out. Top of the 8th. This is huge, isn't it? It's Campusano, who is 2 for 3. Come on, Levi. A 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Namala has it over to second. And we get out of that. They strand loaded bases. And we'll bat for hopefully the final time. McQuaid to lead us off, batting 2 for 3. It's a full count. And McQuaid into left field. It is not deep enough. And that is 1 away. In comes Vlad, who is 0 for 3. Now, he has a 8-game hit streak going. This will be his last chance to keep that going. And he cannot. So Vlad's hit streak comes to an end. And it'll bring up Bracefield, who is 2 for 3 today. A 1-2 pitch. And that's the strikeout to send us to the 9th with a 3-run lead. Does Murillo come out? He does. He's going to face Ramiro, who is 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. Come on, 1. We know he can be very, very good. He's actually got a 7-save streak going. And there's 1 away as De Leon makes a catch. And it is Gentry pinch hitting for them, batting 241 this season. It's a full count. It's a ground ball past Vlad into right field for a 1-out single. So tying run on deck. Frencher at the plate. He is 0 for 4. It's a 1-1 pitch. It is popped up into foul territory. Vlad should have that easily. In fact, it will be Vlad. We can't see it. And Vlad has got the out. So 2 down. Bradfield to the plate. He is 2 for 3. Can Murillo get 8 close saves in a row? Yes, he can. And we have blanked the Padres 3-0. So the Khalil Watson injury, neck stiffness, 5 days, doesn't really affect him. We'll probably rest him for most of that, to be honest, and let Namala cover in at shortstop. He's more than capable of doing that, obviously. We don't want to make that any worse. But it was the opposite of the last game, wasn't it? We pitched magnificently and just couldn't quite get much going with the bat, but we got enough going. So still a 6.5 game gap to the Brewers. You would hope that they will slow down eventually. But they're certainly showing no signs of it just now. But that is it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Happy New Year as well. We will have a video out on Monday, but that will obviously be after the New Year, I think. That's New Year's Day, isn't it? And we will come back in September. Do we face the Brewers at all? That's a little bit further than ideally I'd like to go here. Well, we could face the Brewers quite a bit last month, don't we? So we are currently the 13th. Let's come back for perhaps Miami and see where we're standing there. And it might be one where we can either come back for this series. We'll see. We'll come back around here somewhere. Maybe we just want to come straight back for Milwaukee. We'll make this first call for Viewers Player of the Year, the MVP nominations as well. And I will see you next year to face either the Marlins or the Brewers. Take care.